if you sell drugs, you rob people, if you involved with crime at any level, you're an employee of the state because the state sanctions and mandates a black market. So once you start selling drugs, 10, 12 years old, you selling a couple joints in junior high, whatever, stealing weed from your uncle and whatnot, trying to sell a little weed like you grown, then you move up, you are an employee of the government. That's the reason why you end up in prison in institutions that's controlled by the government. You're an employee.
Mental toughness.
Listen, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Come on then, what's wrong with you?
Mental toughness mindset.
I had to go to grow.
Stand safe.
Martin Luther King.
You got challenges that you're going to run across.
All right, so welcome everybody. This is Tony Fleming. This is another episode of Elite Psyche 100. And on these episodes, we interview leaders, successful people who have had challenges, because anytime you become successful, you got to go through the mental toughness part of dealing with some of the challenges that you have. But today, I'm on here with my guy Lou. Y'all know Lou. He's been on the pod, a few times now. And today we're gonna do something different. We're gonna talk about some movie clips, and we're gonna see how those movie clips can, play a part in our life, and how we can use these, leadership mindset and just thought-provoking information. So let's just jump right into it. Val, let's see our first movie clip, and we're gonna come back and talk about it.
How much stuff we got left now?
About a half a key out in the street.
Let's take what we have now and split.
Are you crazy? And you know damn well who killed Scatter. Now we fuck up, he'll kill us too. Besides, got it beat. We'll make a fortune. Just don't rock the boat, man.
It's worse now than it was before. The fat man owns us. You understand that, Eddie? To him, we're not real. He'll just use us and then kill us.
Man, people have been using me all my life. Yeah. That hunky's using me, so what? I'm glad he's using me. Because I'm gonna make a piss pot full of money. And I'm gonna live like a prince, a fucking black prince. Yeah, this is the life. I could be nothing nowhere else. And about his killing me, shit, I don't care. As long as he lets me live to be an old motherfucker. And I ain't gonna do nothing to make him kill me now.
Suppose I could figure a way out of this shit.
I ain't going.
Fill it.
Why don't you feel it?
Because I want to keep my eye on you every minute, Eddie.
Okay, so probably this is one of the, if not the best of the black exploitation movies. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I own this. This is
Yeah.
I own this one.
But the acting, but Lou, tell us what you got from that.
See, okay. Superfly gets a lot of flack. People try to blame Superfly for the downfall of all black men in history. That's garbage. Listen, that moment right there, to me, what it represents is you see two different men. Mm-hmm. But really what you're looking at is these are the voices that play out in your head when you're going through any transformation. The hardest battle will be going from the old person, the old habits, into that unknown charted territory of the person you could be when you get tired of being that old person. Everybody's sitting right there on that fence. Very few people are afraid. Very few people actually take the challenge and become priests and transition into that new person and transform themselves.
Right.
That's what you see. That's why I love it. That's what the movie was about. It was really one person. It was everybody, no matter what you're going through, weight gain, weight loss, leaving a spouse, getting a spouse, leaving your job to finally start your dream career or whatnot, you know, taking a new job, whatever it is, you on that ledge and you got that old voice and that new voice. And you got to be strong enough to make that old voice go away so the new voice become a habit.
Right.
And that's the transformation we all go through. That's what I see. I love it.
Right.
I love Superfly.
You know, it kind of reminds me of the clip in The Wire when
How it go? We got one out of two of them motherfuckers, you know?
You mean you motherfuckers come strolling in here all walking tall and shit?
You'll be out, man. I'm saying, man, we was blazing on them dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? Just got in the heat, man. We was blazing, though. It was like...
All right. Relax, man. I already heard. Go sit down. I'm not tweaking behind none of this. That's one less motherfucker that's breathing than was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So we all good. But I'm surprised with you, though, man. Shit didn't get by you back when.
Well, my man's fault, man. I unloaded on the younger too soon, man. Gave him enough room to buck and run, man. I fucked that shit up myself, you know?
Hold on. It's on me. I had that kid in my sights, close enough to take off his Kango and half his dome with it. Couldn't squeeze the trigger. Couldn't do it, man.
Why not?
Wasn't in me, I guess. You know, whatever it is in you that lets you flow like you flow and do that thing, it ain't in me no more.
All right. So you done soldiering, but you ain't done. Could use you for what you got in your head. We're gonna put you on a corner. You could be inside.
Oh, man. I ain't making myself clear. The game ain't in me no more. None of it.
But you ain't done shit else. You know what I'm saying? So what you gonna do?
I don't know. But it can't be this.
All right, then. We straight.
B, he was a man in his time, you know?
He a man today.
That transition, absolutely.
Wow. Now, there's another, I guess, theme of Superfly that you talked about before about how the system is really pimping you as a dope boy and you don't realize that.
Absolutely.
Talk about that a little bit.
Well, if you sell drugs, you rob people, if you're involved with crime at any level, you're an employee of the state. Because the state sanctions and mandates a black market. They know exactly what's going to happen. Like right now, let me use an example. Okay, it's a fight to outlaw menthol, to make menthol illegal. That's the menthol that's in cigarettes.
Right.
So if you make menthol illegal, what happens? Menthol cigarettes and all menthol products become what? A black market. So now you've created a criminal economic system that you know is going to happen. So once you create that system, then what has to happen? You have to have a task force at the county level, state level, federal level, right? So now that's going to bring in what? Creation of new jobs, new placement, guns, budgets, funding budgets, when it wasn't illegal. Once you make a law against it, now you make a market. That makes sense? There's a lot of money in that market, in crime. So once you start selling drugs, 10, 12 years old, you selling a couple joints in junior high, whatever, stealing weed from your uncle and whatnot, trying to sell a little weed like you grown, then you move up. And most people move up into really the tens of thousands. Very few people go over 100,000.
Right.
You know, it's a fantasy.
Right.
Come on, when you really get hundreds of thousands of dollars that you actually get, you might see hundreds of thousands, touch hundreds of thousands, see somebody else with some millions. It's not your money. It's like on consignment and stuff.
Right.
So really, when you get in that tens of thousands, you are an employee of the government. That's the reason why you end up in prison, in institutions that's controlled by the government. You're the employee, and they rein you in.
But they don't understand that part. It's almost like they don't know that they have eyes on you because you think they don't see you.
Listen, crime is so played out. The time to get, I'm not sanctioning crime, but if you were going to sell drugs, if you were not selling drugs going full blast by like 92, you was already played out. You didn't know it though. Like if you weren't doing this, like you didn't start like 87, 88, hard right there. Man, you played out. Because the system is set up. You have things in space that can look down and watch you. You got cameras on every building. You got the cameras in the cars, the cameras on your phone. How many dudes still doing crime on the phone?
Right.
Do we ever think about you got to know the history. You got to be timely about history. How did phones start? Back in the day, you would pick up the phone, you would get the operator. The operator would say, well, connect me with 944. The operator would do it. Take the little plugs, plug them in, right?
Yeah.
And they would be able to do what? From the beginning. Listen to your conversation. The phone has been a device to listen in on conversation and gain data from day one.
Hey, you remember I was just talking about this other day,
the
Petticoat Junction and Green Acre. They should get on the phone. Hey, Martha. And then Martha,
the party line. Right. See, we're not timely. We can't think we don't use this. The phone has been a tool to listen in on conversations from day one. To gain data. Like on the wire. It was never, can we listen in on their phone call? It was, did we legally get the paperwork to be able to tap in on that phone call?
Right.
They've always been able to listen on your phone call. They listen in on this. They got you. Your car got technology in it. When Obama put all them old cars off, it wasn't because he was being nice or cared about the ecosystem. It was because the new cars got technology in them, and we can bing you, and we can listen to you.
Right.
If you take your battery out your phone, they can still tap into your conversation.
You know what's funny, man? You can be talking to somebody about anything, and then if you go get ready to Google that, it finishes your statement already. It's like you just put in one word. It's like it'll finish it because it's already hearing what you're saying on the phone.
You get on Facebook. We started talking about, it's Christmas. You're gonna buy your wife a cutting board, a new knife set, right?
Yeah.
What kind of ads you gonna see on Instagram and Facebook?
Oh yeah.
Cutting board ads. This is big data been around. This ain't nothing new. So to think that you could commit crime and get away, you foolish. You gonna get caught. You already caught. You've been through the airport. I can't take 2 cantaloupes from here to Florida. But you mean to tell me all this cocaine, all this heroin, all this marijuana, all these guns, just keep having to find themselves in the poorest neighborhoods in the world.
Right.
And the government, they don't know
they don't know how that happened.
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. It's on purpose. You a government employee from day one, man. It's an economy.
If they hadn't gotten you, they just don't want you right now. That's all.
There you go. There you go. It's a balance. It's a balance. You know.
Make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the all button and all that kind of stuff, because we're going to have a lot of good interviews on this podcast.